Good evening and welcome to the Channel Studios here in London with your international news around the world in 5. US President Joe Biden has launched his first official overseas trip with a warning to Russia that it faces robust and meaningful consequences if it engages in harmful activities.
At every point along the way, we're going to make it clear that the United States is back and democracies of the world are standing together to tackle the toughest challenges and the issues that matter most to our future. That we're committed to leading with strength, defending our values.
Mr. Biden has started his 8-day tour, arriving in Cornwall in the UK, where, along with other leaders, he will attend the G7 summit. He'll then meet the Queen at Windsor Castle before joining Russian President Vladimir Putin in Geneva. Issues on the agenda will be arms control, Russian military involvement in Ukraine, and alleged cyber hacking. The number of undocumented migrants reaching the US-Mexico border has hit the highest level in more than 20 years. US Customs and Border Protection said it caught more than 180,000 migrants in May, the biggest monthly total since April 2000. The border agency said the average daily number of children in its custody had plummeted to 640. However, another 16,200 migrant children are being held by the US Health Department. Myanmar's military authorities have charged deposed leader Aung San Suu Kyi with corruption, the most serious charge laid against her to date. Ms. Suu Kyi is accused of accepting cash and gold bribes and faces up to 15 years in jail if found guilty. She faces 6 other charges relating to alleged illegal imports of walkie-talkies and inciting public unrest. The former state councillor was arrested on February the 1st when the military seized power in a coup. At least 11 people, including 8 children, have been killed after a residential building collapsed in the western city of Mumbai. Rescue efforts are underway as more people are feared to be trapped in the debris in the Malad area. An investigation has been ordered, but a minister said heavy rains could have caused the collapse. Officials said they have evacuated other dilapidated buildings in the area. 2 Palestinian intelligence officers have been killed by Israeli special forces during a raid in the occupied West Bank. The Israeli forces, some undercover, entered Jenin overnight to arrest 2 Palestinians suspected of recent attacks. The Palestinian officers were shot dead after they witnessed the raid and reportedly opened fire at the Israelis. A Palestinian man identified as one of the suspects was also killed. A cemetery for migrants who have drowned in the Mediterranean while trying to reach Europe has been formally opened in Tunisia. Speaking at the inauguration ceremony in the southern Tunisian town of Zarzes, the head of the UN's cultural agency UNESCO spoke of an unfolding tragedy. Many buried at the site, called the Garden of Africa, and have no name on their headstones. The Algerian artist who funded and designed the cemetery said he wanted to give those who were brought there a first taste of paradise. Algeria has set up mobile COVID-19 vaccination centres in several districts around the capital as part of a national campaign to speed up its vaccination drive. People have flocked to walk-in vaccination tents to receive their first or second dose, with one location in the Kitani Square neighbourhood attracting 200 people on the first day of the campaign. Algeria has administered at least 2.5 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines so far. The world's largest meat processing company has paid the equivalent of $11 million in ransom to put an end to a major cyber attack. Computer networks at JBS were hacked last week, temporarily shutting down some operations in Australia, Canada and the US. The payment was reportedly made using Bitcoin after plants had come back online. And finally, a Turkish jeweler has a peculiar alarm system as his cash register, which is guarded by a squirrel. The animal, called Memecan, does not let anyone but the jeweler near the cash register, as he immediately steps in and attacks when a stranger attempts to take the money and gold from it. When he is not guarding the cash register, Memecan loves to dash about the display counter and stroll around when customers come in to shop. And that's your international news around the world in 5. Now back to the Channel Studios in Lagos.